So we do have a few people streaming in. I am just starting up the public live stream, and then I think I'm waiting on one more. Is that correct, Sarita, as far as voting members? I believe I need one more.
Yeah.
I am waiting. I know Commissioner Taylor.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All right, I see Commissioner Taylor on now. So I do have 5 voting members currently, Sarita. So I believe we can begin. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. And Commissioner Kuehl, if you would like, I can go ahead and do the roll call, and then we can go ahead and get started with the meeting.
All right. And the order of the meeting, when do we take public comment at the end?
So for this meeting, it will be item 2. So you can call for public comment on item 2 for items on the agenda only. And then you will not need to call for public comment after that point for the rest of the meeting.
Okay, but will the public comment on item 2 come after we've presented it and had our discussion?
No, Supervisor, we will take all public comments on all agenda items, items 3 and 4. All of those comments will be received under item 2.
Okay, I'm sorry. So I don't have an agenda in front of me for the meeting. So let me call it to order. And then maybe you can remind me of the agenda. So first, let's take roll to establish a quorum.
Thank you so much. I'll take the roll now. Judy Abdo, Barbara Ferrer, Astrid Hager, Yvette Martinez,
Here.
Frank Ramos,
Here.
Marcela Ramirez,
Here.
Carol Segala, Ramalis Taylor,
Here.
Robert Byrd,
Here.
Jacqueline McCroskey, Deanne Tilton.
Here.
McCroskey's here.
Thank you. And Sheila Kuehl.
Here.
Looks like Dr. Ferrer is also here. I want to make sure you saw that.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for calling me out. I'll mark you as present as well. Quorum is present.
And Supervisor, so
Okay.
on item 2 on the agenda, which is public comments for items on the agenda. So any public.
Oh, I see. So number 1 is just a call to order and take the roll. Number 2 is just public comment. And then 3 is for the new ED and 4 is for the former ED.
Correct.
All right, good. So let us then, having established a quorum, let's go to public comment on the items only. Is that correct for this session?
That is correct.
All right. And is there any public comment, or do you need to read your instructions first?
Confirming there are no public comments.
Okay, so we can move to item 3.
Yes.
All right, then, Sarita, do you want to remind us of what we're voting on for item 3?
Of course, Supervisor. So before the commission today is a new 3-year employment contract with Carla Playtest Howell, who, commissioners, you appointed during your last regular meeting as the next executive director for First 5 LA. And that appointment was made subject to your approval, the parties' agreement to an employment contract. So before you today is that employment contract. The terms of that contract would include an annual base salary of $375,000, subject to annual increases of 5% on July 1st, 2024 and July 1st, 2025. Of course, following a satisfactory performance evaluation. Additionally, First Five will contribute an additional amount of 3% to Ms. Howell's annual salary, the deferred compensation retirement account established by her. The contract also provides for a monthly automobile allowance of $550 and 4 weeks of paid vacation. And the contract can be terminated by either party on 30 days notice. And if terminated by First Five LA without cause, provides for the payment of a severance benefit equal to 6 months' salary and a cost of health benefits. And then with regard to health insurance and other benefits, it includes contributions to Ms. Playtest Howell's Section 403B retirement account. And she will also receive the same benefits as other First Five LA management employees. And lastly, the contract also prescribes for an evaluation mechanism for annual performance evaluation process that starts in 2024 and requires that a set of goals and objectives be developed for that purpose each year. And so with that, I'm happy to receive any questions from the commission.
Okay, if any of does any commissioner have any question or comment? These were terms that we reviewed before, and now we're adopting them with a vote in public. Any questions or comments from any commissioner?
So Chair, I'm seeing no hands raised.
Okay,
The recommendation for a motion would be to approve the executive director's employment contract for a period of 3 years, effective January 5th, 2023, at an annual salary of $375,000.
and do I have a motion to that effect from any commissioner?
I so move. This is Frank Ramos.
All
I
right,
second.
moved by Commissioner Ramos, seconded by
Romales Taylor.
Commissioner Taylor. All right, moved and seconded. Please call the roll on this new contract.
Thank you so much. Judy Abdo, Barbara Ferrer,
Ruth?
Astrid Hager, Yvette Martinez,
Yes.
Frank Ramos,
Yes.
Maricela Ramirez,
Yes.
Carol Segala, Romales Taylor,
Yes.
and Sheila Kuehl.
Yes.
The motion has passed.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So the next item on the agenda relates to our now former executive director. As you remember, now, is it okay, Sarita, if I present this?
Of course.
As you remember, the board annually discusses and considers under Kim's contract whether or not to award a performance bonus, which is not to exceed 5%. We have awarded such a bonus to Kim every year, except for 2020, when she asked us not to give her a bonus, given the effects of COVID on, well, pretty much everything. So today we will decide whether to, we would have a couple of choices. One is to decide whether or not we wish to give her a 5% bonus based on her performance this past year, and or whether we want to turn it over to the executive committee to make a decision, and then we would have another meeting about that. My recommendation would be to have the discussion today 5% of her current salary is about $17,000. And we had, I think, quite a discussion evaluating her work and having her report to us. So is there any, first of all, my recommendation would be for the board to discuss and dispose of this today, rather than turn it over to exec and come back to another meeting. Is there anyone who would rather have it turned over to the executive committee?
Well, I think this is Yvette. I'm wondering where the other two executive committee members are, Judy and Astrid. I feel like,
Well, Judy is has told me she does not feel they need to consider this. She's at a dedication of a new facility in Santa Monica. So I can't speak for her vote, obviously, but she did indicate that she didn't think it needed to go to exec.
okay. I just wish they would have been a part of this. Okay, and then when, Sarita, does the other staff, are they also being considered for bonuses at this moment? Is that why we're trying to get it aligned with the bonus structure for the rest of the team?
No, I'm not sure this is tied to any bonuses given to the employees. at first.
Okay, this is separate. Okay.
I think, what traditionally during, towards the end of each year, the commission considers, Ms. Belche's, performance and then considers his bonus. I think what has happened this year, though, is that there was so much focus by the commission, and rightly so, on searching for and appointing the new executive director, that this just kind of got pushed to the very end of your calendar of meetings. And so that's why it's coming forth today, Commissioner Martinez.
And as we just heard, it is a term of the executive director's contract to be considered for a 5% bonus each year based on their performance in that past year. So I think given the reports that Kim gave us over the year, the leadership that she demonstrated, especially in insisting that the staff be included in talking to candidates for executive director, which I thought was exemplary, but also some of the reorg. It was not an easy year. So since this is allowed to be considered in her contract, and we have decided each year, though, doesn't mean anything for this year, I personally feel it is appropriate to award this bonus, but would love to hear from anyone else on the board.
Supervisor, this is Romalis Taylor. I totally agree with you. And I appreciate the questions, but I think we need to move forward, especially with the transition of the current ED to the new ED and all that we've dealt with through this year. So if no one else disagrees, I would like to make a motion to approve the bonus if possible.
This is
All
Barbara.
right.
I also agree.
And would that be a second to the motion, or?
If there is a motion, that is the second to the motion.
Okay. So I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion from any of our commissioners?
And Chair, just for clarity, I believe Commissioner Taylor's motion was for a 5% bonus, correct?
Yeah.
Great, thank you.
Any other hands raised, or anyone else want to make a comment?
I don't see any other hands, Chair.
All right, then if everyone understands the motion to be the award of a performance bonus at 5% of Kim Belche's past salary, we can take a vote on the motion. Please call the roll.
Judy Abdale, Barbara Ferrer,
Yes.
Astrid Hager, Yvette Martinez,
Yes.
Frank Ramos,
Yes.
Maricela Ramirez,
Yes.
Carol Sagala, Romales Taylor,
Yes.
and Sheila Kuehl.
Yes.
The motion has passed.
All right, then I believe that was the extent of our agenda for the special meeting today. Is there any other business, Sarita, that we're to bring before this board today?
No other items. Item 5 is adjournment.
Okay, well, again, I bid you fond farewell and adieu, and look forward to keeping in touch with all of you. Wish all of you a very, very happy and contented Thanksgiving, and I believe we can adjourn this meeting. So we are adjourned, and thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.